Ludovic Klein and Mason Jones in the lightweight division. Now, this is a very, very interesting fight because it is sort of short notice in that Ludovic Klein was supposed to fight Ignacio Bahamondes a few fight nights ago. I'm pretty sure it was 7:30 right there. Okay, so it was actually supposed to be a week after this card with Mason Jones, which is very, very interesting. Supposed to be on UFC 277, Pena versus Nunes, but Mason Jones needed an opponent and Ignacio Bahamondes withdrew, so they made this fight. Ludovic got his knockout win over Shane Young right there, lost to Mike Trezano and Nate Landwehr, which was a come-from-behind victory. Crazy upset, and then he beat Devontae Smith. Mason Jones got a good win to start his career in the UFC. To end his career in the UFC with David Onama by unanimous decision. He was beating Alan Patrick, but, the accidental eye poke, and then lost a fight that a lot of people thought he won with Mike Davis. Now, let's talk styles for Mason Jones and Ludovic Klein, because Ludovic, at 5'7" tall, is going to be a little bit smaller, but he's going to be the better kicker, in my opinion. Not necessarily a guy that's going to go out there and just kick you for 3 straight rounds to win a decision like an Israel Adesanya or anything like that, but he's looking to land that really, really big head kick like he did against Shane Young in his UFC debut. But against Mason Jones, the dude has an absolutely crazy chin. Not a guy I ever envision getting knocked out in the UFC. If the man gets finished, it'll probably be some sort of fluke submission or like an injury or something like that, like what happened with Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez. But in this case, with Mason Jones, Ludovic Klein right here, I don't think he's going to knock him out with the head kicks. I think he's going to tire out a little bit like he did with Nate Landwehr, and Mason is really going to invest in burning the cardio of Ludovic Klein early on in the fight. Mason has the cardio advantage. Mason has the wrestling advantage. He's got the pressure advantage, and I think he's going to use all of that in this fight, and I think there's a good shot we do see a Mason Jones finish, because right now there was that Nate Landwehr loss that he got tired a little bit in that third round and got finished. He got submitted by Aiden Lee right there, and then I'm not too sure about that first loss. But if we go to losses really quick, 2 submission losses, 1 knockout loss, and 1 decision loss. I'm kind of thinking of Mason Jones inside the distance. I mean, it could be a knockout, but it could be a rear naked choke submission when Ludovic Klein is going to be tired. Originally, when I first saw the fight, I was kind of leaning more towards a decision, but thinking about this fight is on UFC London. I mean, the UFC wants him to win. The UFC wants him to get a really good finish in the UFC. He's got a lot of knockout wins on the regional scene in Cage Warriors, few submission wins, so I'm going to go inside the distance for Mason Jones. Not 100% sure of if it's going to be a ground up on TKO, or just a regular knockout, a submission, whatever the case may be. I'm going to go inside the distance for Mason Jones in the first fight of the night. Really good fight there in the lightweight division.